All right, it's Wednesday, April 24th. I'm buying some QQQ 430 puts here at 424. This is on the 1 minute chart. That's looks like it's about to break down on the 15-minute chart here. First bar kind of went up after a gap up, took out the pre-market highs, paused on bar 2, red bar, and now starting lower to take out that first bar low here. If we can do that, we're kind of failing to the upside to start the session. You have a bunch of little stops along the way. There's one here, there's one here in the pre-market, there's one here, the ultimate and then we see if we get into yesterday's range a little bit. So it looks like we want to start failing to the downside, at least take out some stops here. It is possible you kind of hold above the midpoint of yesterday and get an eventual red to green move back up if this thing doesn't want to build some momentum to the downside. But I think this opening shows a little bit of a failure, and it's at a key area here where we've come up for 3 days, right to the midpoint of the prior week, and we might be failing. But in order to do that, we got to get through to the close of yesterday and back to the midpoint of yesterday and everything else. So we're going to see if that happens. Again, here's the weekly chart that's kind of inside of last week. We started up for 2.5 days here, and we'll see if maybe this starts to erode back to the downside. But the opening price action seems to want to come lower, at least to take out some stops here, and then we'll see if we can build up a little momentum into this range. And the key again will be, is this going to end up a shooter day, which could project lower for the rest of the week, or is it just going to hold above the midpoint of the day and not really end up too much of a two-up reversal looking day, and that will kind of lead us to expect higher prices as the week goes on. So opening price action seems to be failing here. We'll give that a shot and see what kind of momentum might build to the downside here in the morning.